Hey, everybody. Talking today about Hawkeye. New show on Disney Plus. Marvel Universe hitting as strong as they can. And they're giving us 6 episodes of this. The last one will be in a few weeks, but probably the end of December. So before the end of the year. And we have, as of today, November 24th, 2 episodes online. On Disney Plus, of course. So, let's get it on. Let's get this show on the road. This is a spoiler review. It's in the title, and I'm gonna make sure. So, don't say you wasn't warned, because you were. A spoiler review, guys. It's a spoiler review. So as you can see, the average tomato meter is 87 with the critics and 95 with the public. Probably the highest in this iteration of shows that we've been served. And no, I don't want to lose that one. Anyways, I don't want to lose my tab because it's there. I need to tell you. Anyways, my points is that probably this is the best show in so far, and by what we've seen. That said, it wasn't a very high score to beat. It wasn't a very one. Of course, they will never tell you about ratings, about how many people saw these 2 episodes or the shows back in Loki and Scarlet Witch. But I have a good feeling this is going to get better. And that despite of the pilot. There's, as I mentioned, there's 2 episodes published so far. Okay? 2 episodes. The pilot, as far as storytelling goes, it just doesn't work for me. It's not setting up the premises real nice. I mean, in the Hawkeye show, Hawkeye is not, Clint is not there for the first 10 minutes of the show. 10 minutes without the brand name of the superhero out of the picture, basically. And when he's in the picture, it feels like a B plot. The whole premise of the pilot is introducing this girl. It's not a show or an episode about Hawkeye. It's about a little girl named Kate that lives in uptown New York. Oh my God, you must be loaded. And it has family issues. You know, daddy has got financial troubles. It's 2012. The subprime crisis, if I don't recall badly anymore, but probably the subprime crisis. Cost me a job, thank you very much. And yeah, the family is troubled. A little. She eavesdropped and whatever, and daddy goes talk to her. And suddenly, the 2012 attacks happen. For you that remember the MCU better than me, which is not hard, is the attacks of Loki and the Thanos troops in New York. Eventually Loki gets captured, yada yada yada. You've seen the events on Avengers. The first look we get at Clint, at Hawkeye, is a refried noodle of the footage of probably the best movie he was in, Avengers. But that's old, man. That's old. And that's old footage that we're. And because, oh yeah, he inspired the little girl to become a brave archer. Okay, it's one way to see it. It's one way to see it. I'm not gonna say it's bad. But so that's his first scene, and then fast forward, sorry, to the present day. That's like 15 minutes in with more Kate, because we're not done yet with her. She's a troublemaker. Man, she's stirring the pot in college. Oh, and don't miss that. The college cop comes in like he works in the ghetto. Hands up! You're trying too hard, dude. It genuinely made me laugh, and it wasn't supposed to. That's a bad symptom for a script and for the interpretation. But hey, extras, they gotta get their money, and they gotta get their exposure. Hands up! He would have shot. That motherfucker would have taken the shot. Anyways, 15 minutes in. Still no Hawkeye, at least no fresh footage of the man. The infamous Avengers musical from the trailer is real. Mercifully, it's a short scene. But it's as cringeworthy as you imagined. Yes. How cringeworthy do you want it? Yes. Totally unwatchable. And for a second, I thought he wasn't even in the musical. He wasn't even featured. Like, you're that irrelevant. Because that is going to be a theme. At least in a conversation between the two of them. Kate, because it's a Kate show, and Hawkeye. Okay. So yeah. Mercifully, you can relate to what Hawkeye is feeling now because he's as cringed as every one of the watchers, I hope. He's like, dude, bruh. Pretty much like that. It's pretty much like that. And I didn't know men's room selfies were a thing. Please never bring it up again anywhere. Pictures, real life, shows. Please never bring it again, Marvel. It's more cringe. Adding insult to injury. Like, we really don't want that. And yeah, we see Clint with his boys and girl, his sons and daughter, I believe. Yeah, there's only one daughter. And for some reason, the mother stayed behind in the house. Oh no, you need some alone time with the boys. Say what? You know, Disney's supposed to be a company with family values. They got the wrong ones, obviously. They didn't get the memo. Anyways, it's a Christmas in family cliche, but it's weird because the mom is not there for reasons that they never dive into. Oh, you should go with the boys by yourself in New York. That's totally not dangerous. Jeez, I wonder when are they going to feature COVID in fiction? Because coof, pardon me. The coof. My bad. Anyways, I'm wondering which. I was taking notes and said maybe the Kate plot is a filler. At this point, I'm not so sure if that was the main plot and Hawkeye is the B plot. You know, like every single episode in all the best shows got a B plot or a C plot, minor plots that get resolved much faster than the. This just doesn't make any sense. Until Clint and the boys go back to their hotel, or the room, they watch the news, they see this woman, this Kate, young woman, getting into trouble in the news, and he recognizes the Ronin suit. Now, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. Of course, the next episode makes a little more sense. A little more. I mean, Kate gets into trouble with some Russian guys, tracksuits, as Clint calls them, and miraculously, he tracks Kate down. No idea where she was, no idea where that was, but hey, in the hundreds of blocks of New York, he just happened to find her, trash a bit the Russians, and they hide in her place. The Russian track them down. They lit up the place with Molotov cocktails. I resented this Russian. It's stereotypical. But it was effective. So, what happens? What happens? What happens is he leaves, or rather, they have to go out in a rush, and they leave the Ronin suit. But, oh my God, when he goes back, because he puts Kate in a safe place, in a safe house, and then he goes back for the suit, but it's not there anymore. What happened? He sees like the sticker in the firefighter truck about some role-playing thing that's pretty badass, because they were actually fighting each other with swords later on in Central Park and such. Anyway, he tracks the guy that pinched the suit from there, which happened to be a firefighter or something, a fan of Hawkeye, and mercifully, he recovers that without further hitch. But in the meantime, what happened? Kate was in the news. And why was her in the news? Because there was some trouble in the first episode. First off, these Russian guys had like walked into a secret auction or black market auction, something like that, in which one of the weapons of Ronin was being auctioned, and Kate's stepfather is a millionaire, New York millionaire, but who gives a really bad vibe. Okay, a really bad vibe, and they always going to pin out all the bad things with this guy. This guy has an uncle also in the or a relative in the auction, and by the end of the night, this guy is gonna get murdered. And poor Kate, oh poor Kate, it's all about her, was in the place. In the house. He never saw who murdered the guy, but he found him dead. And a death by sword. Which is very suspicious, because Ronin's MO was sword fight, and as well as arrows. And there are witnesses that place her. Not her, they all think he's Ronin. So Kate is kind of off the hook, but she's suspicious about the guy. And we're probably going to see how it pans out in these 4 remaining episodes that there is. I don't think I'll be reviewing all of them. I'll be just reviewing the series as a whole, but I really wanted to make the point about the pilot. Because, wow. I mean, I liked more the second episode than the pilot, and the pilot was a disaster. Because it's not about Hawkeye. It's about this Kate girl. And I'm very fan, but call it the Kate Show. Kelly Doe, whatever her superhero name is gonna be. But this really made no sense in the beginning. I'm thankful they put on the second episode, because the second would have had a much more discreet viewership if they stick to 1 episode per week. Simple as that. Anyway, my opinion is, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm not as optimistic as the rest of the Rotten Tomatoes here. But goodness, I don't know. I'm really not sold on the show. If you follow Drunk Tripio, take a look at one of his latest videos about this, and it's possible that the show may not have another season due to production concerns. I mean, I understand, Jeremy Renner wants to be with his family, and so he just had a kid, so it's perfectly understandable that he wants to raise his family and such, which makes a complete sense, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you at that, and hopefully we will see an improvement in the script. If not, it's just another vain show made by Kevin Feige, and it won't amount to much. But hopefully, it gives us some pointers. I mean, Rhys Thomas has already promised a big ending by the end of the show. If have to endure 6 hours for that. I mean, I'm already enjoying more episode 2 than episode 1. We'll see how it goes, eh? Anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you next time at Macaroni Channel.